So that means we're about to get a notification.
Okay.
It says you are live.
Okay.
Now
Sweet.
I'm gonna go
Okay.
on there.
Awesome.
Let me
We're
make sure. Let me mute myself there
Why?
because it says we're live.
Okay. You were in the show.
Let me go to my channel so I can see it happening.
Oh.
And then I have to mute that. Yep, it shows that I'm live. There's the thing. So I'm going to turn it on and then I'm going to mute it.
Okay. And it says if you want
Yep,
to
it shows that
let
I'm
people
live.
know.
There's the. Okay, I muted it.
If you let people know, then you set it up ahead of time and it'll start showing people that it's coming in your subscription feed.
Okay. I see us on there.
Hi. Hello.
I see us on YouTube.
You do?
I do. Okay.
Yay. Okay.
That
I
is
don't
so
think I've
exciting.
ever been on YouTube.
Well, today is the monumental day.
Thank you very much.
I am so excited. Okay. So
I have to take a drink of water because
yeah. I know, right?
Right? Okay.
Yes.
It's just like the isness. Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Let's talk about how we met. Let's let everybody know how we met.
Okay. We met at this funky ranch that has awesome vibes, and we got to sit next to one another and look into each other's eyes, and we found the isness, and I cried and you saw God.
Yes.
Yeah. That's my version.
It was so beautiful when that happened.
Yeah.
I don't think people really understand what that's like. And when I talk to people about or like even just that, because I've never done that with anybody else.
I haven't either. It's an uncomfortably long time to stare into someone else's eyes.
Yeah, right? It was.
Yeah.
But like the amazing thing is, you know what it taught me as I've been practicing my gifts?
What?
Is that people start to see things when they do. Not only do they like learn things, but if they did it to themselves in the mirror, it's the same thing.
Have you done it to yourself in the mirror?
I have not.
I have.
Why haven't I done it?
It's uncomfortably long in the mirror with yourself too.
I have like only for a short time. Like you said, it's the same thing. You get uncomfortable the same way you do when you're doing it with another person.
Totally. It's like, this is a long time. Can I blink?
It is.
And you can totally blink.
Yeah.
You're like, is it my left eye or my right eye? Yeah, totally. But it's cool. It's truly cool. Yeah.
But like, I've just been learning so much since then about my psychic abilities and about teaching. And wow, it just showed 333 on there. I looked up and it said 333 on the live.
Okay, that's funny because that's a number for me this week. That's hilarious. Did I tell you that?
So hey, so there's a sign for you.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah, that's a big number for me this week. That came up.
Yes, I'm gonna put this. I'm also gonna put this on Facebook.
Oh, look at you go. Okay.
I know. I'm so funny.
Master manifester. I dropped my piece. I gotta grab my piece.
Okay. Actually, I don't. Maybe I don't know. No, you did say I can do more than one, right?
Yeah, it said.
Okay.
When we said we're gonna learn how to do this.
Yeah.
The learning video said you can do as many streams as you want.
It.
Yeah.
I see it. So Facebook profile. Oh, there it is. It's all there.
Yeah. Okay.
It's all there. That is so cool.
Yep.
Yeah, Facebook continue. Turn on activity. Yes, turn on. Yes, that's me. 7 stars. Continue at 7.
7. Did I tell you about my dream about
No,
7?
please tell me.
I was so crazy. It was like the day that you changed to 7.
Really?
Yes,
I cannot wait to hear about it.
I had 7 babies.
Oh, was that the same day? You did tell me about that dream.
Yeah. Yep, I had 7 babies. That's a lot of babies.
Yeah,
I
because
wasn't overwhelmed.
wow, and you told me about the soup or something, right? Was it soup? No, you were trying to feed them.
Oh yeah, that was my whole thing. Was I wanted to make sure they all got fed, because as a new mom, you're like, okay, are they gonna latch on? This might be too much for the men in the crowd, and I was just concerned. I wanted to make sure they all got fed, and when I went to feed them, again,
wow.
There was one that I had to revive, and it came back, and I was like, okay, this is cool, and it was never overwhelming. I remember thinking, this is cool. I got this. This was totally unplanned. Didn't know these were coming. Okay, cool.
7 babies the same day.
Yeah. Have you had baby dreams? They're cool.
I keep getting babies show up in my, is it on here? I can't tell if it's on Facebook. I keep getting babies showing up in my
This is significant.
I think that sometimes I think that people do it on purpose because they see me streaming.
They're like, hey.
It's a funny time to call.
That is funny. Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so it shows it on there.
You see babies in your healings?
Oh no, I've been seeing them in the I guess it's not gonna allow me to do it to Facebook.
Oh, not today.
It's saying upgrade for now or something.
Oh, okay.
That'll probably take too long.
It wants you to upgrade. Okay.
I think so.
Oh well.
Okay, I'll just leave it right like that for now. Okay, so all right.
Babies.
I keep seeing babies all in my Facebook watch. You know how you go to the movie part? And it keeps being babies. Huh. You want to hear something crazy, Kay?
Yes. Yes.
Yesterday, I was asked if I would have another baby.
What did you say?
I said, as long as everything else comes into play, all of my plans, I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Oh, so you have plans.
I have so many plans.
Yeah. You know what happens to
a nanny.
Plans. You know what happens to plans?
Yeah. God laughs.
He's laughing right now. Yeah. Oh, well, let me wait a moment. July has a plan. So, yeah. Okay. So you said yes. You would be open to receiving that.
I actually said that.
You want 7 babies?
If I were, you know what? I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say if I were younger. But now that I have lived my life the way that I have, I realize that that part is gone. And whatever happens during this lifetime, happens during this lifetime. And I'm okay with it.
You're going to receive it.
For the greater good.
For the highest good of all, you're going to receive whatever you get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 3. 3. Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
Because I have 2 boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
2 boys. And it doesn't matter gender, does it, to you?
No, not at all.
Good.
Not at all.
Good.
I'm not partial.
Yeah.
They're all.
Yeah. I'm not either. I had 1 of each. Yeah.
Oh,
one
nice.
of each, and I was like, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I had 3 brothers that wanted 1 of each, and they all got the same gender each.
Oh, did they?
Yep. Yeah. One had 3 girls. One had 2 boys.
Yeah.
Another one had 2 boys.
Yeah.
And I didn't care.
Yeah.
And I got both. Yeah.
Yeah, you got both. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That says something about life, doesn't it?
Great expansion. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Having children is a great expansion exercise.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh.
So let's talk a little bit about our experiences. Like, what would you say is probably the wildest thing that has ever happened, like during a healing? Something that surprised you.
Okay. So 2 things come to mind. Do you want to talk about snakes or horses? I have a snake on.
Let's talk about the scary one, or not scary, but
surprising.
The one, yeah. I know what I'm gonna do. I can share this. I can share this on Facebook at least instead of stream it. I can share it.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I'm listening.
So the snake one and Danger Noodle, I have that shirt on. That's when I learned to set intentions.
Okay.
How intentions are basically golden energy in the energy realm, and I knew that already.
Mm-hmm.
Just from electricity, is gold is a really good conductor. Mm-hmm. And when you set intentions, it's the strongest thing you can do. So I just started setting intentions after I saw the snakes. But the first time I saw the snakes, I didn't know the person I was doing a healing for. And I jumped backwards. And it's the first time I physically did something reactive in a healing.
Reactive. That almost sounds like an electricity term.
Yeah, totally. Yes. I reacted. Totally.
Right. So when you say gold, why am I thinking? So what's the difference between gold and copper? I thought copper was the strongest, or no?
Copper's good, but gold, there's a transgression of the best metals that conduct electricity, and it's based on how fast electrons can flow.
Okay. And the only reason I thought it was copper is because of all the plugs.
We use copper all the time. It's available. Yeah, most available probably.
Oh, most available.
And silver is also available, and aluminum is available too. But gold, how things get gold plated when they're in electronics and stuff.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
I don't know much more than just, I know that from knowing electricity, but I also intuitively know gold is a sweet spot.
It really is from even the way we all use it. I was going to say what you just described. Mm-hmm. That sounds like a nice chain of like orders of colors to use.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
in our modality:
gold, silver, aluminum, copper,
and creating your own.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Metallic colors, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And using them with different intentions.
Yeah, definitely.
And also all together with another intention, or combining some.
Just remember, intentions are like currency in energy. Yeah.
I love that. Oh my gosh. I love that so much.
So true. Yeah. Yeah.
So you said that you saw gold.
I did. I saw in this healing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the first thing I did was I jumped backwards when I saw the snakes, and they were, I can't remember what colors they had in them, but I used gold to protect myself. And it was when I also used gold, I used intentions. I called you after that, right? I was like, okay, so this happened.
I think you did.
And then I called you about a couple other things that kept revisiting me, and you were like, ask questions, find out what you need to know. So that was my first experience of jumping backwards and going, holy. Yeah, I think I swore. I was like, whoa. And I also, how when you're doing healings, you're energetically aware, but you're also human. So sometimes I react like a human,
Yeah.
And so I reacted like a human,
Yeah.
And so I jumped backwards, and then I saw, and they wanted to plug into me. So you were talking about cord cutting today, right?
Yes.
They wanted to attach to me, and I'm like, no.
Right.
So I learned that intention too, is For the highest good of all, nothing attaches to me without
Yeah.
my consent or out of divine intervention. Yeah.
I love it. Do
Yeah.
you know how much power is in that statement that so many people don't know?
Oh, I start every day that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that you I was talking to? Or no, maybe that was Paula who
Oh,
said
yeah.
that she goes every day now into those rituals because
Good.
when
Yeah.
you skip them, you feel it.
Even for one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a form of meditation, but it's also to me, I'm not fearful. That's always been a trait that I'm fearless. And
Mm-hmm.
it'll show up in thoughts, right? Because in danger noodle, it comes up, right? So
That is so cool. I
when you
love
have a
your shirt.
noodle
You
on the
should
left
get
side,
some
a
of
noodle
those.
on the right side, and they're like, I've got this idea, I've got that
Yeah.
idea. And it'll come up with these ideas of future or fear or worry, and then I'll be like, it's amazing. So if I
Mm.
can keep that practice up, and I notice it after like one day, I'll be like, I feel soggy or thicker, or it's just when I close my eyes, the visions don't inject themselves into my field of vision. I don't know how to
Mm-hmm.
explain it. It's hard to say because we say things like I see, and I
Mm-hmm.
totally see things like sometimes fast, sometimes slow. But if I don't wake up starting my day with a meditation and a healing and a protection, basically, it isn't because I'm afraid. It's because
Right.
I'm aware. So does
Because
that make
you're
sense?
aware.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh my
How do
God.
you start your day?
I need to do it more.
Yeah.
I'm so used to carrying.
Mm.
Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yep.
been that way my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't do it as often as I should.
Yeah.
When I do it, I notice a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I'm not disciplined in doing it. I think I'm just so used to being that way. I don't want it to be that way. I know that
Mm-hmm.
I can be so much more
Mm-hmm.
lighter. I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
it's going to make things much more efficient.
Mm-hmm. Have you set that intention that every morning
That's
I will
what I
wake
need.
up and spend 90 seconds on my energy? That's how I
Amen.
started it.
Amen.
Yeah. I set the
I just
intention.
said
Back
it.
to
I just said
intentions
it.
again. Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
I'm making a
Totally.
mental note.
Yeah. Every morning I start my day
Mm-hmm.
with 90 seconds of self-care.
90 seconds of self-care, including cord cutting
Yeah. And grounding. We
and
talked about that.
grounding.
Yeah.
Grounding is something that I um kind of like it just kind of happens, it comes natural, just like breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Everything is grounding for me.
Mm.
Have you ever,
Interesting.
does that make sense a little bit?
Say what everything is. Like, give me a little
Okay.
bit more info.
So, this conversation is
Mm-hmm.
grounding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anytime I have a conversation with any of my gifted sisters is grounding. Any type of conversation with someone who I'm activating spiritually
Mm-hmm.
is grounding.
Mm-hmm.
Um, anytime my thoughts are on
Mm.
everything other than 3D is
Mm-hmm.
grounding. And I do a lot
Yeah.
of guided meditations too. So,
Mm. Those are
it's
grounding.
the kind of thing where um, growing up in religion,
Yeah.
right? Growing up in
Yes.
religion, I was always very prayerful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it keeps you in a meditative state.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like walking with God. You're walking and talking with God.
Mm-hmm.
Even when
Yeah.
you're talking to yourself, you're like very prayerful, but
Mm-hmm.
you're not always, like praying, but you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
everything you do in my religion, we were trained that your mindset needs to be where everything you do, you are honoring God in some way,
Mm.
you know?
And what did God tell you when you looked in the isness?
You've always been here,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. And love yourself.
That's right. That's right.
Now
okay,
go
you're
love
referring to that.
yourself, right?
You remember that?
Yeah. And you said it to him again, I love you so much.
Yeah.
And he said, yes, now go love yourself. That's
Yes.
grounding because now you know
Yes.
the energy is within us,
Mm-hmm.
is us. We are that energy. Yeah. So that's grounding.
That
Definitely.
was grounding. Do you
Do you
know?
ever cut ground so that you don't feel grounded? You can kind of like, yeah, so this is the ether. Do
Yeah.
you ever cut grounds?
You said, do I ever what?
Cut grounds? Like
Oh no. What's that like?
like flying.
Really?
Yeah, you know when people talk about how they're like, oh, I feel so scattered and I can't
Yeah.
think straight, and
Yeah.
those are people, I call them, they're sprouting their wings. They just can't.
Yeah.
They just can't get grounding, and then you just kind of imagine, like I imagine copper sandals, like Jesus, or
Oh,
roots,
I
and then they
love
just go all the
it.
way to the roots core and come back up, and they clamp like super
I love
super
it.
sturdy electrical clamps, you know, and it gets real tight. And so I can get like an instantaneous grounding, or I can be like, at the beginning of all healings, I ask, should I be grounded? Should they be grounded? Because, you know, we're just conduits, right?
Yes.
So I always ask that. And sometimes it's no. And I'm like, sweet, this is going to be fun. Because you never know what's going to happen when you're not grounding to Gaia, right? You're like,
I'm loving
that's
what
when I
you
go,
just
okay,
said.
did I set an intention? I definitely set the intention. Sweet. We're good. We're good. Yeah.
I'm gonna be where people are gonna be like, Jelena, where did you find those? I'm taking this literal, like I'm gonna go get me some copper sandals.
Oh my gosh, all you have to do is imagine them.
I know.
Well, now you know you can do gold.
But that's the thing. I'm
silver.
imagining it as you're saying it, and I'm seeing it too, and I'm like, ooh, I want some.
Oh, and I even hear sounds. I'm like, and then it just, and then yeah.
Oh my god.
Or I just am like,
yeah.
Or they're not there.
So funny.
And then you just have wings, and you're like, okay. But that's when intentions are the most important, because a wise healer told me that when you're healing in the ether and you're not using grounds, you're like a bright light that attracts a lot of moths. So
I like that. That makes sense.
About your intentions. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Always set the proper intentions for all types of
highest good of all. Divine. If it's intervention, divine healing, divine whatever. Always.
Yeah.
For the highest good of all.
Always.
If you don't, try it. Try it without that and see what you see.
I know, right?
See.
Yeah.
See what you
now
see.
That's something that's always like you said, like to set my attention for every 6 or for a certain amount of time every morning. Like with that, the highest good of all is just etched. That's always etched. That's something that I never forget, because like you said, you don't even want to try that. Like,
go ahead and try it, but
you'll never try again.
You need to be fearless. I'll say that. Go ahead and be that way. Fearless is it. And then sometimes if you do not set that intention and you can see whatever, and what I've seen is suffering and pain, and I find that I'm like, I still am invisible, but I'm there. I'm felt.
I never liked it.
And I'm like, I'm not afraid, which is totally anti-human, but but set those intentions.
Yeah. I remember seeing that when I was a young girl, as a teenager. And I asked my mom why. I was like, why? why?
That is a question. Yeah.
She really didn't have an answer, but I, to this day, my intentions are not to see it, but to continue to attract the people who need me. And I help them, but I don't see the grand, you know what I mean?
Moment by moment. Yeah. Yeah. Like, yeah. I mean, today was that lesson too. Just be grateful for every moment you get.
Yeah.
Every moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter what happens.
Yeah. And like so many other people see that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Ones without gifts.
Example. Right? Be an example of that gift of receiving. And
they don't know they have the gift is what I mean, but
no, everybody has gifts. That's the hard part. We're just here to be the light and show people and lubricate it with love. Yeah.
There you go. I told a girl today, I said, my goal is always to teach you how to do for yourself so that you're not always in need of my service. Like, I'm here if you want. Hey, if you want to pay me, fine. But
Right.
but like, I want you to know how to take this with you. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I told someone I was just there for her to hug me and feel grounded today.
Mm,
And she was
yeah.
just sprouting her wings. And
Aw.
that's what sprouting your wings feels like. It's a little
Mhm.
bit weird. Yeah. I think we offer that kind of grounding and
Mhm.
clearing. And then we can show people how
Mhm.
it works for us. Because everybody can be
Mhm.
have this feeling of what's going to happen next. That kind
Yeah.
of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that they what was I gonna say? Oh, everybody is different. They
We're
all
supposed to be so different. We're not
yeah,
supposed to be the same.
right?
Yeah.
I love telling people we're all just different like our fingerprints,
Yeah.
you know? So
Yeah.
the way we feel things is different, the way we see things is
Yeah.
different. The way
Yeah.
we heal is different,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. And
You
even
know,
us as people who have been like trained in what we already have,
yeah.
we everything happens like in its own timing for each of us, you
Yeah.
know, and it may
Yeah.
not
Like,
ever look the same.
have we ever
Sometimes
talked
it will.
about the book of Revelations, you and I?
I think we might have touched on it once.
How,
Which part are you thinking about?
well, like that Revelations. Okay, this is kind of
Yeah.
out there. I don't
No,
know.
I love out there.
Okay. So I feel like I've had the revelations show up independently in my life.
Yeah,
And
and
that,
I love how you did that. Like what you felt is real. It's
yeah,
real. So
yeah.
yeah. So
And
you
so
have it
they
has.
may show up in everybody's life independently, not like, oh, all of
Mhm.
this stuff is going to happen to all of us at once. And then the
Right.
rapture comes and people's shoes will be left and then other people will be remaining. And I don't think that's the game. I think it's
Right.
all independent. I think it's,
Mhm.
I have my revelation,
I
you have
see it as you
your
do.
revelation. Yeah.
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 So we hadn't talked about that part before, but yeah,
No.
I see it exactly as you do. And
Yeah.
to me,
It's like
that's how
an
I look at
awakening.
all of life.
Yeah. Like it's an awakening and everybody is on their own path. And like I told my boss today, it's the matrix, dude. I mean, you've
Hmm.
got to be asking the universe, what message are you sending me in this
Yes.
moment? Yeah.
People
Yeah.
don't realize that they'll all get answers and they don't just need us psychics to tell them.
No, and the answers come the more you listen. And I
Yes.
understand what it feels like when you're like, I can't listen. I don't know. And some
I
people
don't
are
know
even
if
at the
that's
point,
what it
I've been there.
is.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't know what I'm hearing and I don't know what I'm feeling. And I know all the
Yeah.
reasons for that. But
Yeah.
when you're like in tune
Hmm.
and you're open to receiving, even in the
Yeah.
most painful moments, there's a
Yeah.
message there for you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the more you practice it, the more you start to recognize what's what. It's
Absolutely.
it's
Yeah.
I was just telling somebody earlier about my ability to allow things to pass through me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I told her, I said,
Hmm.
it used to be where I didn't recognize what I needed to allow to pass.
Hmm.
Um, I would just keep going on with life and not expand the way I need to let it flow through me. But
Hmm.
now anything and everything that happens to me,
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
analyze, do I need to allow this to pass or is this
Hmm.
something that's not going to affect my energy?
Absolutely.
You
Yep.
know, and we did like this little exercise where I told her, I said, well, let's make sense out of it for you because I told her I wanted her
Hmm.
to practice expanding and letting things pass. So
Hmm.
I'm like, okay, you go in the store and the clerk is a jerk.
Hmm. Yep.
Do we
Yep.
let that pass? Right? You have
Hmm.
you get on
Everything's
the call
fair.
on a phone call trying to like pay bills and they're like giving you a hard time,
Hmm.
right? Do you let
Hmm.
that pass? Do you carry it with you? Here's another good one, Kay.
Hmm.
sickness.
Oh yeah, it flows like water.
Mm-hmm.
Any disease is an emotion withheld from flowing.
That's what we were gonna do.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Remember?
Yep. Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
and
haven't
I
done
told you
anything.
my week has been I
I
had some
haven't done
fun
any
days.
Googling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No
I haven't done
Googling.
anything. But it was funny because that one day that we were supposed to do it,
Mm-hmm.
I remembered that. Remember the video I sent to you?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I watched it. It didn't really have the message that I intended. So apparently I must have did 2 videos like that. But there was a video I did where I talked about how when you do have that problem with constipation, sometimes you'll get like little indicators all around your body when you're sitting there trying to go, and you'll feel like you'll feel something, and you need to like either massage the area or lightly scratch the area or something, and it travels like electricity. And when you do, the
Totally.
constipation subsides.
And when you lift your knees, like you shared.
Yes, the squatty potty type thing.
Yeah,
Like
that's a
with the
trick.
little
Open the
stool.
bowels. Yeah.
So that's what I try to tell the lady today when we were doing a cord cutting ceremony. And I told her to follow the feeling in her body as she scans, and everything that feels good is awesome. But wherever she feels something that feels a little off, that's where we need to cut the cord.
That's my favorite meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you walk through a meditation with her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We did it. We did a meditation and everything, and I showed her the lake, and I even did a screen record and sent it to her so she can do it on her own.
Yeah, she can capture it again and again and again. Yeah. Sometimes
So
that's what it
how
takes.
do we do you said we can, our emotions, we can find them in our organs, or
can find them wherever. Okay, so you start with the quiet space, and you can be laying down or sitting up. I find that laying down is most comfortable for me, but some people, and it's actually it came to me from a book called Goodbye Hurt and Pain.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I like that
and
title.
that book is so helpful if you want to get into meditations. There's a lot of meditations in there, but she's a nurse and a psychiatrist, and she I think her name is, okay, I have to look it up, I don't want to say it, but Goodbye Hurt and Pain. Very helpful. You start with asking yourself, where is there a feeling in my body? So think of electricity and resistance, right? Yeah. So wherever you feel that resistance is where you go, and you imagine, does it have a color? Does it have a shape? And then once you can feel that, and it might take people a few times to practice that, but once it has a shape and a color, sometimes it has emotion to it. Sometimes it's really sticky. Sometimes it's really light. The older it is, I find that it's a little bit more sticky. And the earlier it is, sometimes it's, as light as steam. And sometimes you ask, usually. So you find it, you look for the color, you look for the feeling. And then the fourth thing is, which is important is you ask if you need someone there to help you process this.
Oh, I like that.
Because you're usually right on. Emotions aren't easy, right? And if they're stagnant within us, sometimes you need someone there. And I had a childhood friend show up for me last night.
Wow. I love it.
Yeah. And we were there together. And what you do is you look at, usually it's a situation that brought you that emotion, right? We remember things when we attach feelings to it. And so that feeling was attached to an emotion, which was attached to to me, feelings and emotions are different. Emotions are like energy. Feelings are like, the human experience of, and it was not being good enough. And we were there watching it happen, and I was seeing it for like the second time. I experienced it the first time, but this memory I experienced again. And it's so amazing because it's fearless. You can be fearless in that moment. It's just a memory, right? It's not going to hurt you again. And people are generally concerned or afraid. but you see it from a different perspective, and that's the power of this exercise is you see
Wow.
it empathetically. And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times you're like, wow, that must have been hard for you, little kid. Or
Yeah.
yeah, so you feel empathy, and then you can start to see it differently. Sometimes it changes shape, sometimes, and you say whatever you want in that moment. You
Yeah.
you let it go. You can tell people whatever you think. I feel this way, and you definitely frame it in feelings. And then
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you'll hear the other person or people in that memory talk back to you, and generally it's like, I am so sorry, or I am
Yeah.
so grateful that you brought this to me. And to me,
Yep.
it's like a higher self meditation, if you've ever done
Yeah.
one of those. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you do that reframing and you're there with your friends, sometimes it just changes to a different shape, and sometimes
Yep.
it draws you into it like a vortex. And
Okay.
that's where you forget that you're afraid of this memory and this feeling and this emotion, and you generally just go into it and feel it fully and
Yeah.
release it. Yeah. And then
And release it.
it changes to a whole different game, and you're changing the memory of it, and you're processing that emotion. A lot of times you'll feel a great release.
Yeah.
That's like
I
the
love
general
that.
version of it. That's yeah.
You just described also what sounds like dreams.
Yeah.
People don't recognize that all these things happen for
Yeah.
them organically without them even knowing.
Right.
They
And we
don't
so
even
often,
always, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
um, all of this, our spirits, our souls have a mind of its own, and
totally.
it does what it needs to do so that we can still remain fully functional
Totally.
in this life, you know?
That's the book.
Oh,
Goodbye, Hurt and Pain by
yeah.
Deborah Sandlin.
Oh, I
Or
need to read that.
oh, it's so good. Deborah
Yeah.
Sandella,
Okay.
PhD-RN. So very powerful. And
Yeah.
her message throughout the whole book is read this book. Do this for yourself. Teach
Yeah.
others how to do this. Release
Wow.
emotions. It's the human experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes they're old, and I mean, because you know my history. Like
Mhm.
my history started when I was a baby, and I was adopted, and I was
Okay, yeah.
not wanted. And I did not know that the feelings that your birth mother carries in her womb can transfer to you. So I had a
Mhm.
lot of baggage to get rid of.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on one second. Let me see
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
Okay,
I can't.
sorry, I had a lot
No,
of
that's okay. I can't read lips, so that you're lucky about that. I was making
just
up words
asking
as
the
you.
kids to quiet down a little bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty amazing, Kay.
Mhm.
The same thing happens with our abilities to understand each other,
Mhm.
people.
Mhm.
And if people can relate what you just said to their feelings, thoughts, and experiences
Mhm.
that they have with a person in their
Mhm.
lives,
Mhm.
they'll recognize that we all have the same gifts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
It's just my daughter was talking about practice today. She's
mm-hmm,
like, I don't understand what practice means, and I said
mm-hmm,
it's repetitive action,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
repetitive doing
mm-hmm.
something more than once,
Yep,
intentionally. So like
intentionally.
waking up and saying 90 seconds for the next week.
Yes.
Go light on yourself. 90 seconds of my
Yeah.
very first moments of waking up. I will intentionally ground myself and get in touch
Yeah.
with my own energy. Not my thoughts, but
Yeah.
my heart, my energy. Yeah.
And Gina told me that. She gave me that message from my parents.
Oh,
They're both deceased.
no, I didn't know both were deceased.
Yeah,
Wow.
she did. She said they said it. And it was like I could just feel my mother. She
Mhm.
said that she kept repeating it like
Mhm.
you're not listening. You know how moms are.
Mhm.
She's like, no,
Listening.
July, they mean it.
Yeah.
Stop and do your self-care.
Yeah. Just like God said, now go love
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then the other thing was, I was saying the same prayer and I said, please forgive me.
Oh,
And the same thing happened.
now forgive
And I was
yourself.
just saying, I don't even remember. There was not even anything, there was nothing that happened that
Yeah.
prompted me to say that.
Mm-hmm.
It was the same thing that I did when I was at the Heartland
Mm-hmm.
the very first time.
Mm-hmm.
And I did the same thing. I just felt this overwhelming feeling and I just started asking for forgiveness, and not just for me, but for my ancestors. I started asking
Mm-hmm.
for forgiveness. So that one time I started praying and I felt the need for
Mm-hmm.
whatever reason to just, it wasn't like something occurred that day, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like ask for forgiveness. And he said, "You're forgiven now. Forgive yourself."
Now forgive yourself. Yeah.
Isn't
So
that
you had
deep?
some emotions somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wow. Like it just all came to me, like you said, like a revelation,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, it just really helps you to get through life so much better for yourself
Mm-hmm.
and to like share those things with people so they can also have relief.
Right. Right. Because we're supposed to have a lot more fun in this life and not take it so
Yeah,
seriously and not be so worried and
yeah,
afraid and treat it like energy and
yeah,
and not some people don't celebrate Christmas, but a holiday where all your dreams come true, right? Okay.
yeah.
So you're supposed to.
Mm.
It's hard though. Life is hard.
It
Life
it
is
is
it's
there's so many,
sticky.
it's built with distractions.
Yeah.
It's built
On so much
intentionally,
now. Yeah.
intentionally,
Yeah. And so
right?
intentions are even more important. Oh yeah, there are
Yeah, yeah.
so many. Okay, so like, okay, I told you today I fell on my face because my own
Yeah.
shoe was untied.
Yeah.
They're like those things that are meant to trip us up.
Yeah.
And you're you just have to be grateful for even those moments that trip you up.
Yeah.
Because they're
That was
people
amazing.
who aren't aware or beings that aren't aware of their own energy are
Yep.
stuck in, let's just call it the matrix, where they put
Mhm.
those things in your path and
Yeah.
you stumble upon them. But the universe has a way of making you find the gold in every
Yeah.
moment if you're
Yeah.
just open to
I know.
receiving. Yeah. It's just you have to be open to receive. You can get
What a
mad, you can
story.
get whatever, or you can be like, what's the message? Yeah.
What a
Even in
story.
bad moments, what's the message?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I watched this guy called his name is Joseph Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
He talks
Haven't
a
heard.
lot about Neville Goddard. Have you heard of him? Okay. So
Mm-mm.
Neville Goddard he's just really big on, manifestation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Haven't
he
heard of him.
said, huh?
I'll look him up. I haven't heard of
You're
him.
gonna love him. You'll love
Okay.
listening, to some of the little videos.
Yeah.
So he said, Neville Goddard talks about, you know what? It may have been he actually reports quite a few authors. So it may not just be Neville. It could have been another guy. But anyway, he said,
Yeah.
assign a meaning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. That's canceled. Good.
Yeah.
He said, assign a meaning to every occurrence that happens in your life,
Okay.
because like what you just said, so you could have tripped and you could have just went about your business thinking that woe is me, right?
Yeah.
But instead you decided to say, what's the message? And then
Mhm.
you found the message.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Which I would not have found the message had I not
right,
literally fallen.
right.
No way I would have.
There's no way. And then even in other situations where, let's say, we didn't necessarily set an intention to
Mm-hmm.
look for something,
Mm-hmm.
but
Yeah.
life just starts happening. And when it happens to us, if it
Mm-hmm.
appears to be something negative, we can literally turn it around
Mm-hmm.
and change it into a positive.
Totally. There's
Yeah.
always a grateful seed. It's that
Yeah.
mustard seed of believing that
Mm-hmm.
there's always a seed of something wonderful if you just
Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
If you just believe. And
Mm-hmm.
from that space, you
Mm-hmm.
began to create.
Mm-hmm.
You can create by assigning your own meaning to,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, like my 7 babies dream, I assigned my own meaning.
Yeah.
Some people, I think I told 3 people, and they were like, "Whoa, what did
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
What are you worried?" I was
Right.
like, absolutely not.
Scary.
No, to me, the meaning of pregnancy dreams are new beginnings
Yeah.
and a peaceful knowing of, well,
Yeah.
there's something around the corner. I've got something to pay attention to. The number 7's important. I mean,
Yeah.
I just keep asking questions. Like, where that 8 ball where you can ask a question and you
Yes.
get an answer, and then you ask a
Yeah.
question, you get an answer, and you shake it too much, and then there's too many bubbles, and you can't get any
Yeah.
more answers. Yeah. You just keep asking that question that you want to know the answer to, and then you believe,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, there's a meaning. Yeah.
I love that. It's all about faith. It's all about
Mm-hmm.
what you rest your faith in.
Absolutely.
That's
And
what
some
comes
people will
through.
say, there's no faith, and I don't believe in faith, and you can hold faith here, but you can also measure this, and I can't
Yeah.
measure faith. And I'm like, I can.
Yes.
I can measure faith.
Yeah.
Faith has changed my life monumentally in so many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You've said something twice in this conversation that makes me understand something a little bit better.
Okay.
It's called the levels of awareness. Have
Mm-hmm.
you ever? There's only 4, and
Okay.
everybody can go through them. It's kind of like revelations, but it's the level
Yeah.
of awareness. Things
Mm-hmm.
happen to you, things happen by you,
Mm-hmm.
things happen through you, which you've talked about a few things, just letting them come through you. And
Mm-hmm.
then things happen as you. And that's kind of reserved for like
Oh.
Buddha and Jesus. And
Oh,
you
I
get to see
love that.
yourself and other people, right?
Oh,
But
I
you're
love the
either,
as you.
yeah, you're either to you, by you, through you, or as you in awareness. That's it.
Oh, I love it.
That's it. Yeah.
That's really deep.
So if you're finding yourself in the grocery store line and somebody's angry, right? And you're like, whoa, dude, I'm just buying some lemons. You can be like, okay, is this happening to me? No.
Right.
Is it happening by me? No. Is it happening through me? That's when you have that moment of reflection where you can look at that man and go, man, I've had days like that. I don't have days like that anymore, but I've had days like that.
Yeah.
I get it. And you can like, through your being there, you can just enlarge that, that 90-second safety circle you've made with your grounds on in the morning. You can be like, I'm going to just bump this out, give this guy a little energy hug, and then bring it back in.
Right.
And he won't even know, but
Right.
he might feel it. And
Yep.
then you can be like, because it has nothing to do with you. You have your
Right.
experience. I have my experience.
Yep.
And it's to you, by you, through you, or as you. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
You just gave me something to meditate on tonight.
Oh, so deep, but really basic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. As you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I've been practicing that a lot lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I really
I
have.
find myself thinking things like I'll be having conversation, and my challenge is listening to my intuition and following through with it and saying, oh, I did not expect that. And then
Mhm.
following it with, oh, it wasn't really what I wanted to do, but
Uh-huh.
okay, I'll do it. And then I
Yeah.
find myself in conversations with these people, and I'm listening to the to you, oh,
Yeah.
it's happening to them, or the by you, oh, they did
Yeah.
this. And then it's through you. And that's when I it's like a grounding moment for me where I'm like, okay, through me, I am here to
Mhm.
be unconditional love for this person. And I am listening fully and
Yeah.
entirely. And I am love. So I'll open up my body language and I'll open up my heart, and I'm just like shooting them rays of lightning love. I'm hoping it
Yeah.
doesn't hurt, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking up there. It almost looks like, let me see if there's some chatting going on.
Cool.
Okay, hold on. Let me mute it. I hate when that happens.
Hey, is there an echo in here? Yeah.
Okay, so there is some people in the chat. Hi, the real Aaron Collins, and of course, Uno, my favorite. Hi, guys. It's
Yay.
weird because we're doing StreamYard, so we can't see the comments. But now I have my phone where I can see
Oh,
the
good. You can see him. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in
Oh, he
3D
said he
and
can't hear, but he could see us because of the volume. But yeah.
okay.
So like lately I've been like keeping my head in the clouds.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more like that's more where my mind resides
Mm-hmm.
these days
Mm-hmm.
than just going along each day as if I was before I started this spiritual journey.
Yeah. Before,
You know?
when you were practicing religion
Yes.
over and over and over and every
Yeah.
Wednesday, every Sunday, every Saturday, yeah. No, I totally get it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so much more
Mm-hmm.
freeing. And
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Yeah.
there's no chains on you.
Mm-mm.
None.
You're the one putting chains on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to serve,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I was a servant in religion.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't come close to
Mm.
being a light worker.
Yeah, it's so expansive. It's like
Mm-hmm.
if anybody's ever done LSD, it's better
Mm-hmm.
than LSD. And I'm not saying
Mm-hmm.
LSD is good, but it
I know what
reminds me.
you mean.
And I have very limited experience. Like,
Well, here's my thing. I understand exactly where you're coming from, and
mm-hmm.
I've never had any drug, but from what we know about people's experiences on
Yeah.
drugs,
Mm-hmm.
so there was this one time. Did I ever tell you about the time where I was like floating like on the ceiling?
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
So
No.
when we were learning about gold energy,
Oh no, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
that's
That was me
enough
with
to, right?
rainbows. Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's
Yep. It can get yeah. That
it
that
got me, Kay.
the
And I'm like,
intention. Yeah.
this must be what shrooms feel like. Because
Yeah.
what ended up happening was I over I remember you from fan base, yes, and TikTok. Yes, Aaron, I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you
Yay.
came by to join us. We just like talking about, what it's
Whatever.
like in these experiences.
Yeah.
But so we were practicing the gold energy. It was new for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were practicing to get our certifications.
Mm-hmm.
But we were warned
Mm-hmm.
that you need time between healings when you're using that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Rule number 1 and rule number 2 is release it, or they
yes,
get
release it.
really hot and sweaty and red in
Yes.
the face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
The same way as when you're detoxing. So, there was one of my classmates who
Mm-hmm.
she was a little, discouraged. She said that
Mm-hmm.
everyone kept canceling on her.
Mm-hmm.
And she was trying to make sure she had what she needed for her certification requirements. And I realized in all of my weariness, because you know how certification time was, right?
Yeah, that's
And
where the
all
rubber
of my
hits the road.
weariness,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know how I did this, Kay. I accidentally double booked myself on the same day,
Oh.
as well as I also had myself on the very following day.
Oh.
And each of those dates or each of those calendar dates were with my classmates who I just couldn't reschedule
Mm-hmm.
because of whatever their
You
situation
wanted
was.
to get it done too. Yeah, right.
Well, and I just didn't want to let them down because
Yeah,
they just had
because
so much.
there's a time constraint
Yeah.
with
So
totally.
July did gold twice in one day and then again the very next day. And I I was high as a kite.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know it was that rich. Like
Oh, yeah.
that's the only word I could think of to describe it. It was very potent.
Mm-hmm.
It was so potent.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was like, I felt like I felt like I was spinning around the room. Not the room was spinning. I
Mm-hmm.
felt like I was traveling around the room like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I was on the ceiling, like it was just
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Would
If you had that day to do over again, and we don't, but what would you do energetically when that feeling comes? Because that's also similar to what people feel like when they're like, I can't focus, or I can't. I mean, they might not have as much fun with it as we would, but what would you do?
I would ground myself with planets.
Planets. I'd pick some big ones. Yes. Yes. The Earth's core isn't big enough for this one.
Yeah, like seriously, like I would have to ground myself with, I don't know, archangels.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Yeah. Set some intentions.
I couldn't come down.
Yeah. I would probably eat a cookie.
Yeah, a cookie, yeah.
Yeah. I would eat a cookie. A big cookie. Yeah.
I definitely felt like I was inflated with helium.
Yeah. You were.
Yeah.
The power of gold.
Yeah.
I think platinum is ahead of gold. There's something that's ahead of gold.
Oh,
I wonder what platinum energy would be like in a healing. We should try it. Not back-to-back days, but
no, I know, right? No, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because it makes me think about what you were saying about electricity and the different metals.
And electrons. I mean, everything's vibrating around us. Everything's an electron, a neutron, and a proton, a pluton, and a quark, and whatever how small we get, but and electrons travel at the speed of light, 188 million miles per second, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so fast. Like if I made you some energy here and you had a light switch to my energy there, you flip your light switch on and it's like, I'm just making it. And you flip it on. Yeah, that's how fast it is.
I love that. I don't know. Did I tell you about my fascination with electricity?
Your dad was an electrician.
Yeah, you remember.
Yeah.
And that was when I had that conversation with you. That was my first time recognizing that. Wow. Remember I said that a lot of people around me were electricians?
Yeah. Yeah.
I had a fascination when I was a little girl, and I had every intention on building or creating a doorbell.
Yeah.
An electric.
I told you that's a transformer. You need a transformer for that. Yeah.
And how did I know that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't remember not knowing what to do. I remember knowing yeah, like there was now, and when I say little, I mean like 5 and under. I was a very little girl.
And did your dad teach you about electricity?
No, he never did.
Never talked about it, or
no. So it had to have been a past life. Because it was something that I had every intentions like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna make a doorbell on my bedroom, on my bedroom door.
Super simple. Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
like it's gonna be really easy. It was so weird. It's like it's gonna be really easy. And in my mind, I was thinking kind of like what you just got done describing. As a little girl, and I never knew who knows about science.
You knew, I didn't know about energy like that. Wouldn't it be cool if we could go back and be that little mind and keep it that way for?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Open to anything, right? Yeah.
And I was always fascinated with like Benjamin Franklin and the key and the kite. And
there's something wrong with that story though. There's something missing. So I just went to Philadelphia to visit a family member, and I got to see a statue of Ben Franklin.
Okay.
And my instinct when I got to get a picture with Ben Franklin was to hug his leg and ride on his foot like a little kid. So that's my picture is I grounded Ben Franklin so he doesn't get electrocuted by that kite.
Oh, wow.
But and then my husband is so sweet. He jumps to the other leg and does the same exact thing. So we have a picture of my husband and I grabbing onto Ben Franklin's legs, and he's handing some secret little hanky off to I don't know. It might have been George Washington, or it might have been somebody
Right.
that was important.
Yeah.
Will Penn, or somebody like that. I don't know
Okay.
Philadelphia very
Like,
well, but
by
Pennsylvania.
by you describing that picture, I can feel it.
Yeah. And he was this big bronze statue. I mean, big
Yeah.
legs and a big belly. And so
Mm-hmm.
he wasn't lacking. But yeah, something about that story just made me want to hug Ben Franklin's leg.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Like, oh, I'll do
There's
that.
a reason for that. Like,
Yeah.
there's a message there.
Yeah. It was
Mm-hmm.
cool. Yeah.
There's definitely a message there.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, well, we had sessions together, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, she hugged a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I asked her to hug a tree to transmute her energy that she had of other people's.
That's a big word you're using, transmute.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
like, I need you to give it to the tree,
Yeah.
so that you can have your balance back.
Let it flow. Yeah.
Yeah. So she sent me a picture and I felt it.
Yeah.
And she said the sweetest thing. She said it felt good, of course, but she said that she didn't think that she would react the way that she did. She thought that she was going to have a certain reaction, but she said that connecting with the tree, in close contact, hugging it, touching it, and holding on to it, she couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Isn't that cute?
It's such an innocence. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true universal energy that's so innocent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
just
it's
thought that was
funny
so
that
amazing.
our culture makes fun of people who hug trees. I think that's one of those things that trips you up, right? You know
Having
what I
trees?
mean? Like, if you listen to a
Oh,
message that
hugging
says
trees.
tree
Yeah.
hugger, not good,
Yeah.
the judgment, it's one of those things that's
Yeah.
meant to trip you up and get you away from nature. And yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
hug trees all the time. Aaron hugs trees all the time. I
Yeah.
touch trees all the time. I talk to
Yeah.
trees. I talk to a tree. Yeah, so this is all woo woo,
Mm-hmm.
but I talked to a tree yesterday, not today.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do too. When I go for walks, I talk
yeah.
to them and I tell them, like, that's part of my self-care is telling them I talk out the therapy of whose energy I was carrying, and you know what I mean? And like I'm
Yeah.
like conversating about it.
In
Um
English?
yeah, yeah. I know.
That's a fair question. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Huh.
seriously, because it's not always audible, and if it
Yeah.
is audible, it's not always in English. You're right.
Right. And
Let's talk
it's
about that.
oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
There's
that's
words that I say that I don't know.
yep.
I don't know the translation for them, but they're words.
Their words.
And trees, just not to leave the trees hanging.
Yeah.
Trees have this interconnected network of webs underneath our feet, and they're all connected. So if you transmute energy through a tree, it's not just that tree that you're in touch with. You're in touch with the whole universe and interweb of trees. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
It's
I
cool.
love this. I
It's
love this.
cool. Yeah. There's
When
a
you say
show
that,
on Netflix called The Fantastic Fungi. And
okay.
and it talks about the interconnectedness of mushrooms are like the alpha and the omega, right? They come in at the beginning and they also take you out in the end, right? They'll cover, if you die in a forest, they'll cover you and take care of your decomposition, but they'll also pop up in the spring, right? And alpha and omega. But just total tangent, but trees, that's where I saw it so vividly, that trees are interconnected totally.
Here's an underground secret.
Yeah.
Trees and everything that you just described about that network contain a lot of riches from our guides and ancestors. And it comes through that network, the roots, up through the trunk, up into the sky. And then we get to breathe it in.
Thank goodness for trees letting us breathe it in, right? Yeah.
And for those who are cognizant or have an awareness of all of the things that we have been discussing, they pull from that and recognize their messages. And sometimes they even know who they're from.
Downloads. And knowing who they're from, that's magical. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes they don't look like who we think they look like, right?
Yeah.
Ancestors. Yep.
Yes. You just said something that when I figured that out, well, I didn't figure it out. I heard it and it resonated. It made sense. It was like your ancestors are not always related to you by blood. They're not always in your lineage.
And being adopted, that's my whole message is that I don't have any blood relatives that are aware of me.
Right.
Yeah, I was a huge surprise on both sides.
So guess what? You have a lot of backing from the other side of the veil that is a part of you, that is a part of your DNA. And they have seen you through this. You know?
Yeah.
So it's almost the same as if they were related to you, the ones here on earth.
Yeah, and it's twofold too, right? Like when I feel like I'm ancestrally in touch with healing, like I've explained healings to you before, where I can see just eons of faces. I feel like I get the bonus life because I have my birth family and I have my biological, the ones that I ate dinner with.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I get to be in touch with, it's just like multi-level.
Yeah, it is. That's so beautiful.
At first,
that's
I thought
how
it
I
was
feel
painful.
about.
Yeah, I was in the to me and by me, and how could you give a baby up? That kind of.
Yeah.
But I totally get it.
We go through phases.
Yeah, and we're not always. I mean, that's the beauty of when you talked about forgiveness, that you forgive yourself and you forgive others, because in this moment right now is our awareness. And those moments in the past are nothing more than just forgive yourself, forgive others. Everybody was and is doing the best they can. Believe it or not.
Yes.
Believe it. Yeah. Yeah. Awareness.
That's how I try to look at everybody. Like we all offset each other when it comes to surpluses and deficits in every way. Emotionally, in every way. And so if people can just recognize that, they wouldn't be so quick to judge each other when it comes to, relationships and stuff.
They're judging themselves, the part of themselves that they don't like.
Yeah. The reflection is what they see.
Absolutely.
They see.
Yeah, if there's
they project and then they see.
Yeah, and that's that emotional intelligence, right? That buzzword everybody talks about, where you're like, well, don't show your emotion, don't feel your emotion. But it's not about that. It's about understanding, asking those questions silently to yourself. What's this about? Why does this bother me? What is this about this situation or this person that I am getting, back to electrical talk, resistance from? Because we talked about life being resistance, right?
I don't know why that makes me so happy.
I know. Because
who was I?
Right? Yeah.
We need to explore that, because that gets me giddy.
Oh, I know. I've thought about past lives, but it's like a fractal, and sometimes they'll come to me, and sometimes they're like, "Whoa, so that's cool." Because Paula, you talk to Paula, and Paula is like, sharing, and I'll be like, that's not the message I get, but I've never asked. So
Yeah.
when I started asking,
I love her mind.
wow, I know, and the messages
Yeah.
she gets. So I think you're present in the moment. You're
Yeah.
understanding what your messages are now, and then the
Yeah.
messages from past lives will revisit you if you haven't learned it, right?
Oh my
You get
gosh.
fall on
Like,
your face a lot of times if you haven't learned the message
yeah. Like,
or receiving a message.
I
Yeah.
almost can't even wait. Like, I'm so excited. I'm jumping out of my skin
Yeah.
because I don't know why electricity and science and math
Yeah.
make me so
Because you're electrical. Your
yeah.
whole mind and nervous
Yeah.
system and every energy about us is electrical.
Yeah. Like, I'm
And
greedy. I'm greedy to
electricity,
learn.
we didn't talk about water. Electricity can, how people get
Yeah.
electrocuted if they're standing in a puddle?
Yes.
Electricity can run through water.
That's why I always go to the lake.
Yeah.
I always go to the lake to be
Yeah.
near it, to heighten my abilities
Yeah.
when I'm gonna have a session with someone.
We talked
Or
about
yeah,
water.
yeah.
hmm
Or even when I want to just go and have a really good time of meditation to myself.
You're 80% water. That makes so much sense.
Yeah,
We're such water beings. I mean,
yeah,
Atlantis makes sense to me. That's so woo woo. I don't know much more than just saying that, but 80% water.
yeah,
Just like the earth is 80% water,
yeah.
20% land, 80% water.
We're the
It's like a
same as the earth.
sponge. That's like a
Yep,
sponge that got wet
yep,
before you put it in your soap dish
yes.
to clean anything.
hmm
Yeah,
It's
80%
so full.
water.
And then when you consume, oh wow, it's 11:11 here.
Yay. So
Yeah, let
that
me
means
take
it's
a
like
screenshot.
8:11. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you also too, when you consume foods that are that way, they're so healthy for you. Like sea
Water
moss.
foods. Yep.
Yeah.
hmm
Just yeah, and that one is a sea vegetable. It
Huh.
has a lot, the sea moss has like a lot of minerals that we need.
Oh yeah.
It mimics the earth, it mimics our bodies. And
Yeah.
so when you consume it, you're filling in gaps in your own body, and
Yeah.
you're making yourself like exceptionally healthy.
Yeah.
Like, it makes your skin hydrated.
Hmm.
Um,
Sea moss.
women love it for other reasons,
Yeah.
but it
Hydrate.
really, yeah, like it just,
Yeah, because if we're not hydrated, then we're
yeah,
really not 80% water. Then you're just kind of
right,
you'll feel it. Things get sluggish. You get tired.
yes,
My daughter talked about being tired today, and the first thing I said
hmm
was, drink water and
yeah,
set intentions. Have you exercised?
hmm
Those kinds of questions. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Water.
so funny. For years, I've been putting in my YouTube videos about how much water we need because,
hmm
and it's in every description where I do add the description to the video.
hmm
It's there. It says, how much water you need to drink.
Drink water. Right.
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
always been like, there's this fascination with me with the water, the electricity, all of it. So I'm gonna figure
hmm
it out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm meant
So
to do something in this lifetime.
what if we did a healing at the end of this and then told people to drink water and set that
Mhm.
intention that when they drank the water, it would be like twofold. The healing would
Yes.
double in intensity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the water will contain what they need to
hmm
continue to sustain their spirituality until the next spiritual meal,
Yeah.
possibly beyond.
And hopefully the next spiritual meal begins with water.
hmm
Yeah. Do you like to swim?
I,
I love to swim. Oh my God.
okay.
Yeah.
Before
I
I
wish
knew
we were
how to
swimming right now.
swim,
Yeah.
yeah. Before I knew how to swim, I had a recurring dream. Again, at that age, really, really
hmm
small,
Yeah.
recurring dream, swimming and just swimming and swimming and swimming underwater,
hmm
not needing to come up for breath.
hmm
So I don't know what that means,
hmm
but it
Yeah.
happened for years.
Yeah.
And I didn't even learn how to swim until high school.
My first time doing Wim Hof breathing. Do you know about Wim
I
Hof?
love him.
That's what happened as I went swimming, deep diving. I was like, Wow. Yeah. Wim Hof.
Yeah.
Did you know that when you do that breathing exercise or you're using your lungs to breathe, that you have DMT in your
I
lungs?
heard about that. Yeah, I heard about that.
People go to
I need to get
forests
back
and
to
take
doing his video.
ayahuasca and whatever,
Yeah.
ayahuasca, and you
Yeah.
can just breathe and get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, so maybe we could give a healing at the end of this. They could drink water and
Yeah.
then do some breathing, and then it'd be like
Yeah.
full
So,
healing experience.
right. Let's see. What does he say? I literally just had some strawberry sea moss today. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, that sea moss. Yeah, that sea moss is amazing. I have to send some out this weekend. Someone just ordered some off my website. Yeah.
I've
Um,
never had sea moss. I should try it.
yeah, it's different. I do the gel. I sell the gel.
Okay.
Yeah, but like I like the gel personally because people do take the powdered capsules and it's still very, very beneficial. I just like the gel because of the
It's hydrated.
immediate hydration.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just like I'm all about like this is so weird, Kay. Everything is coming together. I almost feel like someone who had amnesia and now all these things are coming together. So like
the human
I can't
experience.
I can't live without humidity. I keep finding myself back in I always need humidity. I always need the water. I'm in love with electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like all these things mean something. I just don't know what. Yeah.
No. It's power. It's all about power. And power, you know what power is?
Yeah.
Remember we talked about power is
What was it? I forgot.
Watts, right? They call it watts.
Oh, yeah, because I asked you.
Yeah, it's current and resistance.
Yeah. I got it in my picture you sent me.
Voltage.
Do you know I love that? When I look at that, it heals me.
Oh, yay.
Yeah,
it's that was a cool experience for me too. You never know what's going to come out of.
Like, yeah, that was amazing.
I get out of my own way when I do that stuff.
Man, I love it.
And yeah,
you put
I used to question it. I used to judge it and question it and say, "This can't be."
Yeah,
nobody wants to see this. And then I learned that it's not about me. Yeah,
it was so. I love it. Like to have those things. Like those are the things that I needed to be reminded of. What you wrote.
Yeah. And they just came to me so you could get the message. Yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That's another electrical term, right? Conduit.
Conduit.
That the pipe that all those wires in, and it's just a conduit.
Yeah.
It's funny, electrical terms are all energy terms.
Yeah.
Because electricity is energy. And we are energy. Yep.
And I found myself speaking in that language the past like couple years before I even started this.
Resistance, transformers. People get a little freaked out when I start talking about step up transformers, step down transformers. Planets are step up, planets are step down. They're like, what planets? I'm like, what? All 12 of our planets? And they're
Not
like,
me. I get excited when you start.
Yeah. So step up transformers, step down transformers, resistors, potentiometers. And that's when you change your frequency. You're moving the resistance higher or lower. And so many cool terms that are electrical. Nice. Yeah, and they're not. I mean, it's a really masculine environment, so it's funny, right?
Yeah.
Like construction is masculine.
Yeah, no, but
these terms
it's music to my ears.
Our electrical terms are. I'm just so grateful that I got to experience that at the fundamental level. Yeah. Yeah. Like making electricity. I had so much passion around the people that would transfer that knowledge to me and learning about electricity, voltage, current, resistance. Yep. Yeah. Switches on and off. Yeah. Yeah. It's all magical.
This whole world can be discussed in that language.
Right. Yeah. Quantum.
This whole spiritual.
Quantum mechanics, quantum energy. Yeah.
All of every man.
Yeah, and what is it about our brain? We see like 2% of what's available to us to see, but our
Mhm.
vision takes 70% of our brain's energy. So when you close your eyes,
Mhm.
to me, that's like giving me access to the other 98% that we can't see
Mhm.
with our human eyes that we think are so powerful and all knowing and seeing. But
When I
70% of
close
your
my eyes,
energy.
I see like
Yeah.
nerves,
Yeah.
the whole nervous system traveling with
Yeah.
electromagnetic pulses
Oh, yeah.
and everything,
Yeah.
you know?
And you know
And
that vision of energy that goes up through your core and out through your body
yes,
is
yes.
just like an eddy wave of electricity. Like when it travels
Okay.
down those electrical lines, right? AC, it just goes like
Yeah.
eddy waves in a river. We talked about this
Okay.
before.
Yeah.
Eddy. We're a huge eddy wave. And
Yeah.
5 yards from us is when we start, I don't know, is that when we start to encounter other people's energy is 5 yards from us?
Oh, is it? I haven't heard
Mhm.
that.
And that's part of
Um,
my intention too, is bring it in close and then
yeah.
bump it out to that distance if I'm interested in interacting with other energies.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 yards is 15 feet. It's a
Is
lot.
it?
Hmm.
Okay.
Right?
And that's when we can start to sense.
And if we're aware, right?
Yeah.
As kids, we're not taught, oh, you sit next to one another in your story circle or whatever. We're not taught that we're in each other's energy.
But
We're
we all
in
have
all of,
indications of that. We just
yeah.
don't know it. We just don't
I
know
think
that's what it is.
you grow
That's what
numb to it. Yeah.
we don't recognize
You
that
get
that's
used to
what it
that
is.
resistance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like,
Um,
okay, that's just part of my current, but it's not.
it's not.
Uh,
It's additional.
yeah, totally. Yep.
And that's why
Yeah.
people experience overstimulation or
Mm-hmm.
depression or different things because they're not recognizing what's theirs and what's not.
Mm-mm. And we're all one, so it's
Yeah.
all our energy, but
Yeah.
we're
Just
given this
like those
gift
trees.
of feeling separate on Earth. Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
like you
know.
said with the network.
Yeah.
When you described the eddy thing, did I
Mhm.
ever send you that did I ever send you that picture of do you remember those
The little light guys that
the,
dissipated at the end.
no, the light lamps with
I don't
wires, strings going like that
know.
all over the place in
No.
different colors?
No.
I
Huh. I don't
I
think so.
turned into one of those during a healing.
Wow.
It was a earth healing.
Okay. Oh,
And
I love earth healings. Yeah.
yeah,
I love earth healings.
and I created something electrical. Now
Yeah.
that I think
Imagine
about it,
that.
isn't
Imagine
that
that.
crazy?
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
crazy, but
recognizing
not.
until
It's
I'm having this
beautiful.
conversation with you.
I don't remember you telling me this.
I have to send you those the pictures.
Okay.
And then
You turned into something electrical?
I turned into that lamp. Let me see.
Huh. Like a lava lamp?
Yeah, it looks kind of like that, but it's got the wires. These. Hold on. Here it is.
No, you never showed me that. That's an LED lamp, and those are
Oh,
traveling on little fibers,
yeah, the little fibers. Yep.
light fibers. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
You
something
turned
that
into that?
huh?
You turned into that?
Yeah, I literally became that. And
Light.
then there was like this apparatus that was perpendicular to the earth. It
Okay.
was like,
So like that?
yeah, but a little curved, a little more curved, just slightly. Not
Mhm.
all, yeah, but so it was like a slight angle more than just straight, you know.
Mhm.
Um, it collected
Hmm.
the things that was driving everybody nuts
So you were transmuting
about
it?
the virus.
Yeah. What did you
It,
transmute it to, or did you?
magnesium, wait, mercury.
Wow.
It got absorbed by mercury.
Mercury, the
Inside,
plant.
the apparatus was metal. I
Huh.
don't remember what kind of metal, but it was, it absorbed it all. It was as if the virus here on Earth was mercury, and it was, um, attracted to the other mercury in the apparatus.
Mm-hmm. Mercury's
So
really heavy. And Mercury, have you ever seen Mercury?
only in those little, remember the little toy where the mercury balls, you had to fit it inside the fitting?
Oh, so like a labyrinth?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, so I always
They
thought
had
those
like
were.
three little balls of mercury. It was covered, of course, like you couldn't, I don't ever remember them breaking, but like it's like this little game.
Yeah.
Like maybe you can get it out of the little bubble gum machine at the grocery store. Remember those?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you could make the mercury bubbles meet and make one mercury.
And make one mercury,
Yeah.
or like they would go inside the little a little dip so you can fit them in the space that they belong.
You
But
could
yeah.
never do that now. Can't play with mercury now. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Huh.
they don't make stuff like that no more.
You know, they make switches that are usually on a long drum, electrical switches that have
Okay.
these glass tubes and they're
Yeah,
full of mercury. And the
yeah.
switch will turn electronically, and then these weights, the mercury will fall one direction or another direction in the glass,
Okay.
and it would make a switch come in. Yeah,
Oh wow.
mercury used to be used a lot in. There's mercoid. What are they called? Mercoid switches that
Okay.
are weighted with mercury in them that are still in use. I remember we had a
Oh.
fire detection switch that was mercury. Yeah, it's used a lot, or used to be used a lot in electrical
Mhm.
circuits. Huh.
Oh.
Mercury, huh? And it's heavy.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
it
and
it
it,
it
yeah, it
for
conducts
some reason,
electricity too.
huh?
I think it conducts electricity too. They say that it shorts out synapses, but I don't believe that. I think it, not that you should
Really?
drink mercury or play with mercury or absorb it, but I think that mercury is
Is
a
that why that's why they said it's no good in our teeth? Because if it shorts out that in our brains, the
yeah, and it's
synapses.
that they, don't hug trees, they, and don't have mercury, they. I think it's it, it feels like it's also a conductor. It might get
You
hot.
are really wow.
It might be a hot. Maybe there's a. But mercury is heavy. I mean, I remember being able to roll it in my hand.
Yeah. And it
Like
feels
it's
heavier than it
feels like a
looks.
liquid, but it's a solid, and it's a
Yeah.
solid, but it's not. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
heavy. Yeah.
And there's this guy on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I reposted one of his videos one time, and he showed a metal. Well, it's not a metal, it was a liquid, and I think it's black,
Mm.
and it keeps getting heavier and heavier.
Mm.
Have you ever heard of that?
It's
I
a
think I
black
did a
liquid.
repost.
It's heavier and heavier.
Like
The
it would even break through the table.
the cooler it gets.
No, the
What?
more it was exposed to air or something,
So the
or
warmer it gets,
yeah, I
heavier and
can't
heavier.
remember.
I've heard of gases like that, but I haven't heard of.
Yeah, it wasn't a gas. It was like it looked like mercury though, but just black.
And it was black.
Now
Yeah.
I'm feeling like I need to figure out what that is because for some reason that has a place in this whole what's going on about the mercury and the earth healing and the light
Yeah.
lamp.
Yeah. Because it's. Huh, I wonder what that substance is. Tungsten? I don't
I
know.
had never heard of it before, and it was so interesting because it was it had something to do with the more time passes.
Do you have this book? The Element?
No.
Yeah, this is fun. This is like sacred geometry, elements, chemistry stuff.
Is that can I find that on Amazon?
I bet you can. It's by Theodore Gray. Probably has an updated version, but it's called The Elements. And it's pictures. It tells you where they are on the periodic table of elements.
Oh,
Look at the back. I like the back. Yeah. I love this book.
why do I why
Yeah. There's an answer for your
Stuff
question.
that makes me happy.
Yeah.
The
There's
element
all kinds of stuff.
book.
There's, I don't know, it could be furium, einsteinium, americurium, uranium. I don't know. Maybe you can find it in that book. Yeah, I mean, this book is amazing. Like, here's platinum. We were talking about platinum.
Here it is. Oh, no, that one's the kids one. Oh, look at platinum.
Yeah, so it's got a lot of...
They shaped it into a heart. Oh, here it is, $18.99. I'm going to add this to my cart right now.
It's cool. I mean, there's
Hardcover.
all kinds of... And it starts out telling you about the periodic table of elements.
I love the periodic table, and I don't even, like, what is that about?
Oh, well, look, once you get your book, you'll be able to read how the periodic table got its shape. And, they came up with the periodic table before they even knew the middle elements. Yeah.
Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really deep.
Oh, your healings are going to be on turbo now.
Yeah, like for real. Yeah. And nobody has any idea. They just think that I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to do your
thing. I got the elements on my side.
They have no clue what I use. And even if I explained it to them, they wouldn't get it.
Oh, say, this is something that's cool. So here's the table of elements in visuals, right? In the back of the book. So you'll see that. Yeah. It's like a poster.
Yes. Look at that.
And the noble gases, those are always, to me, electricity flows through noble gases and they all have different colors.
Really?
Because the electricity flowing through them and the gas combination. So, when you see a gas light, like a neon light?
Yeah.
It's colored because they chose a certain gas. Here, I'll show you. This is such a tangent. So if you get those colors, it's because you either have helium or argon or xenon, or you pick a color by the gas you pick. And that is like a doorknob or doorbell. It also takes a transformer.
There's a lot of rich information there.
Right, so much.
Color coordination. Color coordination with chakras, just everything. Like, that's just to say the least.
And those are noble gases. Noble. So why are they noble? I don't know.
Yeah, that's
hydrogen. See, hydrogen. There's our sun. But this is the Horsehead Nebula, maybe?
Oh my God.
Talks about stars. Yeah, there's a lot in this book. I love this book. This book is well used. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find this guy.
To get inspired for art, or if I feel like just making something, I'll open this up and look at the shape and start to make art.
Yeah.
You know how some people open Bibles and read scriptures? I open elements.
Mm-hmm. It's the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same language.
Yeah.
You can get the exact same messages from opening the elements that you get from the Bible. It doesn't matter.
It's the messages you get from intuition. Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're open to receiving.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I gotta find that, because now I'm like, I really want to know what it is that he used.
Theodore Gray. Yeah, you'll find it. You'll find what it is that.
Oh, I think I know how to find it.
Google
black light on
manifesting. You say, I'm gonna find what that heavy substance is that hopefully there's not a lot on Earth, because it can go all the way through the crust, right?
Yeah. Wait, say that again. I'm sorry.
And hopefully there's not a lot of it in one singular place on Earth, because it could go right through the crust.
Yes.
Make a whole China.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it won't pull it up.
Yeah. I don't know.
There was a post that he did about black paint.
Black paint?
Yeah, black paint. And he painted the room black.
Yeah.
And then he was showing how light bounces off of black paint.
Mm-hmm. And how white it doesn't, it absorbs it.
Correct. And then he had to use like a white board to make it reflect enough light. Is this it? I think this is him. Okay, so it's called the Action Lab. So let me see if I can find his other posts. The Action Lab. You're gonna like him. You might want to subscribe to him.
I will.
So let me go back here now, and I'm gonna do.
I'm like a ghost in YouTube. I just go in YouTube and then.
Yeah, and this is just me on Facebook actually. But yes, I'm sure I'm almost certain he has. It's called the Neutron Star. Have you heard of that?
Never. The Neutron Star.
Yeah, I think so. Let me make sure.
The Neutron Star. How does he have it? How did he get a neutron star?
He calls it the most dangerous experiment he's ever done. Yep, it's called a neutron star. Let me show you how it starts off so you can see what I mean.
And what's it made of?
Okay. Sorry.
What's it made of?
I forget. You see it, how it's getting heavier and heavier? Yeah. A tiny drop. Look at what the cube does. He has it on a scale.
Yeah. It's getting heavier and heavier.
Sorry for the glare.
And it turns black?
No, I got confused.
Oh my goodness. Look at that. It's going down, down, down.
Yeah. Can't get the glare.
And he took it off. How does he?
I messed it up, didn't I?
No, but he has to freeze it then or something, right? He's got to change its.
I can't even get in front of the camera. Sorry.
Yeah, he's got to change one of the properties. Oh, it's getting heavier and heavier. Pretty soon he can't pick it up. Okay. Oh no.
Remember I said it went through the table?
Yeah.
So it's called a neutron star.
Okay.
I think I got confused with
he did say it could go all the way through.
Yeah.
It'll eventually just what? Reach the core?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't use that during your healings, right?
Right. Don't use a neutron star. Actually, you can depending on what these healings are for.
I need to know the properties of it before I use it. Yeah.
Because I do healings where I'm healing people from darkness. And send them into portals.
Yeah.
So
like Paula does that.
Yeah, and so that is the perfect assistance to help them get through the portal.
Yeah, I bet. There's no choice. Here, hold this.
Here, hold this. Yeah, hold this. Take this neutron star.
You got that? Now go get it cold right away. See that portal?
Yeah.
That's your door.
So the Action Lab. Yeah, I got confused with there's like these balls that was in a pool. I forgot what those were called, but they're for putting shade over certain pools that are made for, like, I don't know, crops or something. I can't remember what it was for, but
I've seen those at fish hatcheries for sturgeon. They
stuff like that.
Because sturgeon have you ever seen a sturgeon? It's ancient fish. Ancient fish that's in the rivers around here. And they can get really old, and people will fish farm. And sometimes they're bottom feeders, I think. And they're sometimes they're like 80 years old, 100 years old when they catch them. And when they started to use hatcheries, and I only know this because we used to do the electrical work at these hatcheries. They were part of our good stewardship. When you put a dam in the middle of the river, you also help make fish. So and we would help make these fish spin in these round little ponds, and the fish would swim in circles, and we'd take care of the motors and the pumps that would run the water in these circulating tanks. And the sturgeon, before they really got into raising sturgeon, they had their first full moon, and the sturgeon would jump out of the tanks during the full moon.
During the full moon?
Yeah, and they'd have to go collect these sturgeon that feel like as soft as a shark on the bottom and as sticky as a cat's tongue on the top, and they'd have to pick up these spiny fish and put them back in the pools, and they'd live. Yeah.
Whoa.
So crazy. Yeah.
That's so
so they would put these dark coverings over the tanks so that they couldn't see the moon.
Yeah.
But they were high up off the ground, so it wasn't like they were smothering the tank. It was effective to keep them from jumping out during the
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I know,
wow.
things we learn about fish.
Yeah.
The what?
Life mimics everything else.
Yeah.
And we can always learn something that we can utilize in our own craft.
Yeah.
You know?
Everything's a message, right? That's how we started. Everything's a message. If you're open to receiving it, every moment has a message.
I love how you say that because that's the truth. Only if you're open to receiving. There are a lot of people who aren't open to receiving. So they just they don't really understand these types of messages. And they're like really content where they are, which is fine, but that's fine for them, you know. I don't feel any kind of way about that. But the only thing that bothers me sometimes is when those people don't give us the same respect. So they look at us as if we're doing something crazy or off the wall or wrong. Oh, I think you froze. Ah, okay, you're frozen. I wonder if you even know. Let me send you a text message. Ah. Oh. Yeah, you're frozen. I wonder if your phone died or your tablet. Maybe your tablet died. We'll have to reconvene. She said, I'm gone. Aw. Okay. Aw. Oh, there you are. There you are.
I said revelation, and it went. Everything's yeah.
That is so
Message received.
Abort.
Goodbye. Fly, little birdie. Yeah.
I said maybe her tablet died. Oh wow. But you were saying you want to do a healing?
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you want to do it? Like so first of all, disclaimer, you guys, we're gonna do a healing. This is a general healing, and as always, everything whenever it's done with me or any of my colleagues is done in the highest good of love and light and pure intention. And you have, the option to participate, or if it's something that you're not interested in, just that very thought alone, it opts you out, right? So feel free to observe, feel free to participate, or whatever it is that you want or don't want.
Yeah, intention. Set your intention.
Yep, everybody can set their own intention. But our intention is that we're going to do a healing. And so this will be for anyone who's watching, be it live or the recording. They will be able to receive the healing. With the assistance by beings of love and light. Right?
And we set the intention that when they drink water after this healing, that they'll experience even more of the healing benefits.
Me too. Let me grab some real quick. Sorry, hold on a second.
Okay. I have some.
You do? Okay. I need to get
okay. July's not here, so I can say whatever I want. Which is no different than if she were here. Right?
Right. So funny. Yeah, I need water.
Okay.
1:44:44.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So all these night owls. Yeah.
Yeah. That
Okay.
was the time of the video, the timestamp.
Mm-hmm.
So
Perfect.
this is for everyone watching. Are we going to do anything in addition to just the people who are watching?
If we feel led to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know yet.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't gotten pinged yet.
Okay.
But no, totally for those who are watching and yeah. I think let's stick with that right now and see how it goes.
Okay.
Because it's available anytime for anyone, right?
Yeah, it will be.
And also, if they drink water, they can just bring back that healing energy anytime they want. Right? That's pretty global.
They can. So, guys, make sure that you set the intention to receive everything that she just mentioned, and that when you drink water, you'll be able to receive the full benefit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whatever else you may feel the need to set an intention for in your own life at this time, in addition to what she set forth. All right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Makes sense to me. But
Okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I love that you did that with the water. For those of you watching who know about like the water experiment and like with rice and all that type of stuff and talking to water, right? And having good emotions and positive energy toward water.
Yeah.
That'll help you to understand where she's coming from. Right?
It's a conductor of energy. Remember that little seed of belief. That's all you need. Intention, belief, and a little bit of hydration. Yeah.
So since we're doing this, for those who don't really know what we do you want to do it like, how do you want to do it? Like as a guided meditation? Should we give them something tangible is what I guess I'm asking.
Sure.
Yeah. Like a guided meditation healing.
Absolutely. Sure.
Okay.
That would be helpful. Yeah. Especially to those who are new to it. And the others can just turn the volume off and close their eyes and be quiet, right?
Yep. All right, cool. Yeah, because they can't come through anyway. So, but I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's the volume of us down if they don't want to hear it.
If we're distracting all the energy, our voices are like,
healing.
Just an additive. Yeah,
they're healing.
Yeah,
we both have those type of frequencies in our voices. So
yeah, people used to creep me out, but now I understand it.
Yeah,
people used to say stuff about it, and I'd be like,
yeah.
But now
there's a reason for it.
I use it as a superpower.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take turns.
Okay.
You want to take turns?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because both of our voices need to be heard.
Okay.
Rather than just one.
Yep, perfect.
So, do you want to start or?
Second.
Yeah. Second, okay, all right, cool. So, Kay and I here today on behalf of all of you and anyone who sets the intention to receive this healing, we perform this healing with the assistance of every being of love and light that is available to assist us. Any one of your guides, ancestors, guardian angels, any who are available, we call them to us right now to help with this healing for each and every one of you, for the highest good of all, and for you guys to receive what is meant for you in this time, in this space, in this moment. Whatever is going to benefit you and everyone around you and help you to dispense anything that is not serving you, be it your thoughts, be it your energy, be it your health, or anything along those lines, may they be released to the universe with love and recycled into energy that is conducive for the benefit of all. And as we engage in this healing, we ask them to guide us as Kay and I use our own geometries that we're so used to accomplishing these healings with, and whatever intuitively comes to mind, even if that means something that is downloaded during the healing. May this healing be shielded by the highest form of protection, and nothing of lower frequency can attach itself to anyone or anything that is a part of this healing.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kay, did you want to add anything now?
Sure. So just be prepared to feel possibly a little bit heavy and very grounded so that we can transmute your energies that aren't serving you at all into the earth's core, and transmuting all that isn't serving you as knowing and understanding and love for the highest good of all. And we'll be using elements so that we can increase your awareness and the power of the healing energy. And the elements could be earth and wind and fire and water, and any other element that we feel drawn to bring in, which could be wind with water mixed, or gold, or platinum, or silver, or copper. Basically anything that can bring you closer to an awareness in your own energetic field, that can bring your attention to a healing sensation or a vibration that will feel very cleansing to you, especially when you drink water at the end, tomorrow or the next day or after, for weeks after. If you feel low in energy, you can take some sips of water and feel that same cleansing flow through your body. Just a cleansing healing and a transmuting of any energy that isn't serving you for the highest good of all. It's holding you back from your next beautiful moment of awareness, of having energy flow through you and seeing others as you. Just keeping that energy flowing. And this is available to you when you watch this video, and again when you take a sip of water. Just set that intention that I'd like to feel that healing energy again flow through me, just like as easy as a wave of water. In and out, releasing anything that's keeping you from feeling at your best.
I'm receiving a female energy here to help in my ear.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Lots of geometry.
And the light bodies, and the light transportation. And you guys are going to feel yourselves probably feeling lighter before you feel the heaviness as you travel into an energetic space where the beings of love and light can work on all of your chakras along with Kay and I.
Yeah.
So you're going to feel yourself traveling through a light vehicle. It may feel like an out-of-body experience. And we cut cords. Make sure that it's just your energy. Anything that doesn't belong to you gets recycled and done away with. And just expand your mind, expand your body, expand your cells. Imagine your atoms, just everything just expanding. And release anything that's weighing on you. Allow it to float away from you. And feel yourself get lighter. And as the healing progresses, you're going to feel things start to release and come up. When I say release, I mean dislodge from within you before it leaves you, and you will start to feel a little heavier. Just allow these things to come up. They're going to be in the form of memories, in the form of emotions, in the form of physical sensations.
And you can allow them to move through you by observing them, or you can dive into them and experience them. And you can bring along somebody or something with you that makes you feel more at home with whatever it is that you're feeling or sensing. And if it's too much, you can back off a little bit and just breathe into it. Watch it flow by. Just relax. Relax into that feeling of just letting that energy move through you fully. As it moves through you, you can feel it just dissipate. And as it dissipates and leaves you, then it's just energy, changing form, becoming understanding, and knowing, and acceptance, and forgiveness, and love. Pure, divine, absolute love.
Someone watching this, either present or in the future, has left pain in their back, in the shoulder blade going down the middle of the back. So just allow that to release. Let it go. Allow that pain to literally leave your body as you relax your body. Don't hold on to it. Just relax. Resistance keeps it. Resistance makes it stay. Resistance makes you clench. And it holds on tight to the pain. So just let the pain go. Let it flow. Let it flow away.
And just releasing it. You can breathe into it and breathe it out. And you can imagine from the crown of your head all the way down through your forehead, through your eyes, all the way down to your nose, mouth, and your ears, just this bright, white and blue light that's just full of electricity and energy. And as you breathe in, you can feel it travel down your throat, out your shoulders and your arms. all the way down through your back, through your ribs, just enveloping your whole body. And every time you breathe in more white light and blue light and tinged with yellow and turquoise, just this electrical ball of divine energy coming in from your crown all the way down to your belly button. And every time you breathe out, just anything that isn't serving you flows through that energy and out your feet. And the light's still coming in every time you breathe in, going through your hips and down your left leg and your right leg, swirling around in your knees, all the way down through your ankles and out your toes. Breathing in that white and blue and turquoise and yellow and white light, just flowing through every cell of your body and releasing any energy that feels like resistance.
And it's a woman, and they're trying to release it. And it is behind their left shoulder blade now. It's gone lower, and it's trying to escape. So it's working. But she's still just holding on to a little bit of tension. So just keep going in that direction, sweetheart, whoever you are.
Just breathing in that white light and breathing out. Breathe out through your nose and just release it. Or if you feel like you need to, just release it through breathing out through your mouth. Just feeling that energy flow through you. Every breath you release more and more, relaxing more and more into the energy. Just the flow. The flow of energy in through your crown, out through your feet, out through your fingertips, out through wherever the energy releases itself. Just let it go.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel your feet getting heavier, just know that that's part of releasing that energy. This is part of releasing it and giving it back to Mother Earth and the universe. This energy that's changed from you to transmuting it to knowing and understanding and love, pure love, radiating through your body and out of your body. Forgiveness and knowing and understanding and love, pure love. Bright, white, turquoise, yellow, blue, swirling around inside of you, coming into your crown all the way through every cell of your body.
I'm pulling out any impurities on a cellular level, physically. You're going to feel a little bit of pressure. It feels a little expansive, but it also contracts. And we're doing a little bit of in and out. And just feel that stretch. Feel the stretch. And as I come in with more pressure and I come out, I'm coming in to pull away. So feel that. It's like I'm digging inside and retrieving anything that doesn't belong.
anything that's coming to you as a memory, just a feeling, a pressure, just know that it's there to remind you of some gift that you're waiting to receive. Just know that it's moving through you. If you're ready to receive it, just go to that place where you feel that pressure. Go to that place and feel it, and intentionally just release. Choose to release. Just release.
Yeah. I feel a huge release. The pressure is going down.
Just understand it. Flow.
I think it's time for a fill of light.
Absolutely.
The pressure has totally went down.
Just fill in with light. White and gold, beautiful light coming in to fill in any space where you've released any kind of feeling, any kind of resistance to your flow. Just imagine this ball of white light around you, covering every millimeter of skin. Just white. In and out of your skin. Just filling you up from the inside out, from the outside in. Just bright white light. Gold.
Yep.
Diamonds. You can feel energy from your tailbone all the way up your spine. Just your chakras are all in alignment. Just slowly from your tailbone up to your belly button and your diaphragm, up to your lungs, your stomach, all the way up to your neck, your heart. Just slowly coming in line with one another. One feeding the energy for the next, feeding the energy for the next, and all balanced, perfectly balanced, full of bright white light. See them spinning all the way up your neck, all the way up into your mouth and your ears, and your eye and your forehead, and right above your head where your crown is. And then one step further, right above there, just see this bright white light, all in alignment. A whole line of little transformers from your above your head all the way down to your tailbone. And then see that energy just radiate out your arms and your feet. Balancing and soothing, just all in alignment.
May the highest frequencies be brought into your energetic space. Imagine yourself feeling the highest level of frequency humanly possible to give you a complete energetic reset. where you feel nothing but sheer, pure, raw energy.
Absolutely.
It's peaceful, it's loving, it's calm, it's steady.
Yeah. Absolutely calming.
And soothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And grounding.
Very. That is so crazy. You said that, and I'm like moving this energy now down. My hand is extended toward the floor.
Yeah.
Moving it in a circle right when you said that.
Yeah. Everybody feels grounded and protected.
Yep.
And in awe of all the energy that's waiting for them, all of the answers to all of their questions, everything. And that wonderful drink of water.
Mm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow.
So now they've had their energy reset. They've been grounded. They just need shielding.
Yeah.
That's it.
How about some diamonds?
Oh, I love that. Tough as diamonds.
Yeah, because they always show rainbows, right?
Yep. Yeah. Just imagine diamonds all around you. Or you can even picture yourself inside of one big, huge diamond gemstone. Either shaped with 4 sides like 2 triangles or shaped like the gemstone of a diamond, but large enough for you to fit inside.
Yeah. You can move your arms up and down inside of the diamond.
Yeah.
You're not feeling cramped at all. There's all kinds of room for you to move.
Yeah.
Completely protected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's beautiful. Wow.
That is so beautiful. So that's it, you guys. Just feel yourselves come back down and feel yourselves come back to earth and back inside your physical bodies. Your energetic body was just cleared. You should feel renewed. Just maybe wiggle your toes and your fingers and see how you feel. And you can continue to relax if you need to, or you can slowly open your eyes, whatever feels comfortable.
Yeah. You can
Take
keep
a
your
few
eyes
deep breaths.
closed. Yeah. That might be a hard one to open your eyes after.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one. Wow.
That felt really good.
Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
wow.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I've never done a live one with that many people, you know?
Oh. Wow.
Yeah,
How
not
many
live.
people? As many as watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever's gonna see it and whoever is watching it on YouTube. I don't think it's on Facebook. There's a link on Facebook, but there's not a live video streaming on Facebook.
Yeah.
I feel the energy.
I know, it's kind of powerful. It is.
Yeah.
And I love diamond shields with rainbows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I was playing with some infinity symbols in that too. I like to do that with earth healings, but I've never done that with a group healing. So
yeah,
to the extent that I just did. But yeah, it's super cool.
It was. Oh gosh, Kay. That was
Very
awesome.
cool.
Thanks for doing it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, let's see.
The water healing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I know I carried over that energy from being at the lake today too.
Mm-hmm. You brought a
You know?
whole lake of water with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And it was absorbed in this. I had this with me, and then I
Oh,
kind of held it up a little bit during the healing when you were talking.
yeah. Is that an amethyst?
No, it's not an amethyst. I forget the name of it, but it's rainbow,
Oh, it's beautiful.
whatever it is.
Yeah.
Can you see all the colors?
I can. I see lots of colors. Very
It's
pretty.
kind of hard because of my lighting,
That's
but
pretty sparkly.
you can tell, yeah, and it does have a predominant purplish color.
Does at the top, yeah, and then there's blue and gold and white and oh yeah, lots of triangles. Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Delores.
Yes, thank you. That was so wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful. I know. Talk about everything under the stars. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got to do it again. We'll do it again. But
Oh yeah, I'd love to.
yeah, me too. Thank you so much, Kay.
Thank you. It was so much fun.
Yes. So I will bid you adieu and wish you a good night until we talk again soon.
Yeah. When we're divinely led for the highest good of all. That's how it works,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Awesome.
Right.
All right. Well, you have a good night. All right. Thank
I
you.
love you. Bye.
I love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.